In 1996, a small group of neoconservative, pro-Israel Americans sat down to write a document that would later ripple across the world. They called it the Clean Break Memo. Among its authors were Richard Pearl, David Wurmser, and Paul Wolfowitz, names that would later resurface in the corridors of power within the Bush administration. The memo was addressed to Benjamin Netanyahu, who was Israel's prime minister at the time. Its purpose was clear: propose a bold, new approach to Israel's security challenges in the Middle East. But this was no ordinary policy suggestion. The men behind it were staunch Israel firsters, people who did not believe in a two-state solution between Israel and Palestine. Instead, they envisioned a greater Israel, expanding its borders into neighboring countries Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, and Egypt, without creating a Palestinian state. This vision, however, was deeply controversial. The broader Arab world viewed Israel's treatment of the Palestinians with hostility and refused normal trade or diplomatic relations until Israel agreed to a two-state solution. Leaders like Yitzhak Rabin had attempted this path through the Oslo Accords, aiming to bring peace and mutual recognition. But Rabin's assassination by an extremist who supported Netanyahu marked a turning point. Netanyahu, unlike Rabin, opposed a two-state solution, favoring expansion over compromise. The Clean Break Memo laid out a radical strategy. It called for regime changes across the Middle East, removing Saddam Hussein in Iraq, weakening Syria through proxy wars, and ousting Iran's Ayatollah. In Wolfowitz's words, the road to peace in the Middle East goes through Baghdad. The ultimate goal was to position Israel as the dominant power in the region, free from the necessity of granting Palestinians their own state. Fast forward a few years. After the September 11th attacks, many of these same men, now part of the Bush administration, began implementing these ideas.